Hello, come on in. I made it. Thank you so much for all your lovely messages last week. I'm so sorry I didn't make the live last week for the crochet along. I'm really sorry. I had the most awful headache. I know loads of people commented and said that they also suffer with migraines and nasty headaches and all that kind of stuff. And loads of remedy options and things. Thank you very much for sharing all of those. But I'm much better this week, and I'm here with you because it's the final week of the crochet along, of the Time to Bloom crochet along. I'm really excited, but also a bit sad. Like, I can't believe that it's week 4 already. You know, like, it's so long since we launched, but also it's gone by in a flash. So come on in. I can see people joining now. Come on in and say where you're from. They've moved all the stuff on the side of my thing and I can't find anything anywhere. There we are. Here's the chat. So come and say hi. Tell me if you're making the blanket. Tell me where you're at. I've seen so many blankets come and pop up. I have to approve everyone in the community group, and it's absolutely amazing. And I get really excited because I get to see them before anyone else does. And I think we've had one at least in every colorway that I chose before, different versions, and so many other versions too. There are people making them out of their stash and buying other yarns that they can get readily available wherever they live. So come on in, tell me if you're making a blanket, tell me what colors you've used. If you're watching on Facebook, let me know your name, add your name to your comment, because otherwise it won't tell me on this system who you are. And tell me where you're watching from. I have had to turn on all my big lights because here in the UK, like, it's 7 o'clock in the evening, but we've had such awful rain and horrible, dull, dark weather today. It's really dark already, and it's the middle of summer. Come on, people, what's going on? So yeah, tell me where you're watching from. There's normally people from lots of other sunny parts of the world, and not like here at the moment. So tell me there's some sunshine somewhere in the world, please. But it is still quite warm here. But yeah, otherwise not particularly nice. Hello, Julia's here. Hiya, Julia. How are you, Julia? You've been like on every single live, and I keep have you started making the blanket? Are you planning to make it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen any posts from you about making it. But I do hope that at some point you will, because I know you make lots of my stuff. But hopefully it's nice and sunny. Oh yeah, sunshine, yay, in Virginia. Hello, rosemary in time. Oh, I'm so glad you have some sunshine. Oh, we have Sandra here. Oh, your sweater or jumper you're wearing is beautiful. Thank you very much. I'm from Connecticut in the US. It's sunny and very warm. Hooray. Oh, it makes me so happy to hear about that. This is my, do you know what? I didn't know what to wear because I was like, it's not cold, it's not hot, it's not nothing. I was like, right, I'm going to wear my Florence. So this is my, I'll take the comment off there, Sandra, and then you'll be able to see it. This is my Florence sweater, which when I was making it, I wasn't sure what kind of neckline or what kind of style I wanted. So this pattern has 3 different versions of a neckline in it. You can make it as a boat neck, so like a slash neck, as it were, so with no collar here, or you can make it this kind of crew neck that I'm wearing now, or then there's a cowl neck version as well. And it's in, I also thought I'd wear it because it's made in Brava Sport, which I really love. And one of the blanket options, the wisteria blanket option, is in Brava Sports. And I just wanted to show how versatile a yarn it is. It is acrylic, but it works beautifully. It's got beautiful drape on it for garments. But I know, you know, it's all dependent on the stitch and all that kind of stuff, isn't it? But it makes really nice garments too. Deborah's here. Hi, Deborah. Watching from Colorado, and I'm working on the full hexagons using heavily. My main colour is teddy bear. Oh, lovely. And we have too much sun right now. I'll gladly share. Oh, it's horrid, isn't it, when it's too hot? I know that there are parts of Europe that are really like dangerously hot at the moment. So yeah, we're never pleased, are we? We're never pleased. Oh, anyway, teddy bear. I think this is teddy bear. I got some. It is. Teddy bear is the most beautiful colour. It's an excellent choice. So I brought this along tonight. She said I brought it along. I just grabbed it out of the cupboard. This is heavily worsted, and lots of people have been asking if you can use worsted weight yarn to make the blanket, and absolutely. And there are some finished versions of worsted weight as well. So if you go in the community group and search for Time to Bloom worsted, something, those kinds of words, it will pop up. There are a few people that have completed a worsted weight one and have put their measurements that it's come out to. It's not too much bigger, I don't think, their versions, but they look absolutely lovely. And this is Teddy Bear. This is a really, it's kind of a pink. It's got a pink to it, hasn't it? But then it's kind of a bit taupe as well. It's a really lovely neutral base colour. I've just made a cardigan in this, and it looks really nice. It's a lovely yarn to work with. Oh, Julia is saying, she wants me. Thank you, Julia. I'm planning on making it. Yay! Just finishing up 4 other projects first for August gifting. Oh my goodness. You always sound so busy. Oh my goodness. Good for you. Good for you. So thank you everyone for joining in for the crochet along. And if anyone has any questions about it, if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, I will put the QR code up here for the crochet along. Obviously it's coming to a close now, but as I always say with these crochet alongs, there's no deadline. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. We will always be here, and we just want you to come and join in as and when you can. But you can see the blanket here behind me. So many people have made all of their hexagons, all of their half hexagons, their quarter hexagons, absolutely everything for this central panel. And then last week we did the borders. Let me take that code off there, and then you'll be able to see it again. People, I think it's just put that in the chat as well for you. There's a clickable link as well. Hurrah, there we go. Pop down in the chat and find that bit, and it will help you find what I'm chatting about. These border panels, people have really enjoyed making these. I was a bit worried about them because they're quite full on, but they kind of frame the blanket. And then this week, the final piece of the puzzle I have added to the blog. It's on the same blog post for the free version because there just isn't much of a pattern for this, and I didn't think it warranted another blog post for you to have to jump to. This border that is really, really simple, adds a bit of texture, and then we do the yarn over slip stitches to finish on the final round. And on this version that I did, for my little version that I did for the video tutorials, I did different colours for each round, as you see here, but in the main one I did it all in white, so all in my main colour to balance it out there, because this didn't have the panels on it. I felt it could take it, but on the bigger one I wanted to use the main colour. However, go check out the community group chat, because there are so many different versions, and I love the fact that people have done all sorts of different things with their borders, and I think that's great that people have felt brave enough to do that. I really, really am so happy that people are experimenting. So they've gone like, I've got my rectangle made out of my hexagons, and there are some people that are now doing just the flower border all the way around in rounds, and now finishing off with this final border. There are some people that haven't done the half hexagons, and they've actually left the border as a zigzag. I saw that one today and I was like, yes, that looks amazing. So there are just so many versions that you can make of this, and the important thing is to make it your own. If you feel like, yeah, that's great, Hannah, I want to go with your version, then please do. But also if you buy the PDF version, the ebook, there are lots of bits and information in there about how you can change the size, how you can change the layout, all that kind of stuff. So if that's something that you would like to do, then make sure you grab the ebook. Oh, Rosemary in Time, is it working slowly on mine? Loving it. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. And slowly is great. Slowly is great. And that's the whole thing that I wanted to get across with this, with the motif. There's no rush. There's absolutely no rush. And that's also why last year I did a summer crochet along, and this year I've done a summer crochet along, because I think during the winter months, everyone's just so busy trying to get everything done. Whereas in the summer, I think it's easier to kind of take a break from things. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but I certainly do. Like project wise, I really pace myself in the summer much better than I do in the winter. I feel like I have more deadlines in the winter, whereas in the summer it can just be a bit more relaxed. So yeah, and it's portable too, isn't it? So if you're going away anywhere, you know, you can take some of your yarn and you can make a few of the hexagons, and that's perfect for a weekend, isn't it? Lisa is here. Hi, Lisa. So I'm just finishing making my extra full and half hexagons, and then I'll be able to join them together and start on the borders. Such a beautiful pattern. Thank you again. Ah, my pleasure, Lisa. Thank you so much. Yeah, Lisa is one of the amazing people that are making a huge big blanket. There are people that are making, so for my version, I said that to make 12 of the full hexagons, but there are some people that are making like 28 or more and making it to fit a twin bed, which is absolutely amazing. And the color, the what you can do with the color when you do it on that kind of scale is absolutely amazing. So again, go and have a look. Go and have a look at all these versions. Oh, Dawn's here. Hi, Dawn. How are you? And someone else here on Facebook. It doesn't tell me your name, unfortunately. Evening, Hannah, and everyone else. Well, you're saying evening, so you must be over here in the UK, I assume. Denise is here. Hi, Denise. Hi, I'm about to start the final border. I think I'll use all the colours. Yay! Then end with white to make it bigger. Yeah, I think that's an awesome idea, actually. Because you could do one whole version. Like, that's the thing with this border, isn't it? Or any kind of border that just goes round and round. There's no stitch count. You don't have any fiddly stitch counts here. It's literally just keep going a stitch for a stitch. So use whatever colour versions you want, and then yeah, I think that would be perfect to put a big chunk of white around, or your main colour around the edge as well. It's all about balance, I think, with borders and colours. So just take a step back once you've done a section and be like, yeah, that I'm happy with that, and then try your white and see. But the problem, I think, with borders, especially on massive blankets, is they take so long to just do one round, and you don't always know what it's going to look like until you finish the round. And I've done that in the design process of many of my blankets, and done a few rounds and gone, no, that's not right at all, and then pulled it all back and that kind of stuff. So it's all part of the process, isn't it? Oh, Dawn, I said I've got the 12 hexes made so far. Good for you. Well done. There's people that have only just started and they're already rattling out, you know, 3 or 4 of the hexagons. And as I've said on all of these lives, like, there are still people making the strawberries and cream blanket from last year, and that's amazing. You know, we as crochet designers, we just want people to keep making and keep producing, and find, you know, whenever you find the project, and even if you find it now and you can't, I had someone message the other day and say, I'm really sorry, I can't make it until whatever time they've got, you know, I'm away and this is happening, etc., etc. And I was like, don't worry, it's absolutely fine. This is all on your schedule. It's whenever you find the time for it. Oh, it's Margie. Hello. And Deborah is saying, I'm thinking that I'm going to finish all the hexagons, halves and quarters, then I'll put it in timeout until fall. I don't want a blanket on me during these heat advisory days. I think that's an excellent idea, Deborah. Excellent idea. Yeah, once you've done the small motifs, yeah, they're ready, aren't they? And then actually you might come back to it with like renewed energy and vigor as well. And also you'll have a bit of time and you'll see what everyone else does with their borders, and you might get a few ideas of what you might want to do with yours. So that all sounds absolutely excellent. Absolutely excellent. But yeah, it was popping on. The other thing I was going to say today is that, and I said it in the email that I sent out this morning, is that the Crochet Along special price for the VIP ticket is running out very soon. It's going to disappear very soon. So I've made a little code for anyone, because I do keep getting lots of messages from people saying, is it still okay? Can I upgrade to the VIP ticket? And the answer is absolutely yes. That VIP ticket won't ever go away. but it will increase significantly in price because it is the full course. So at the moment, during the crochet along, it's at a really reduced price. So if it's something that you would like, and lots of people obviously as well have, I know it's explained on the page, but lots of people have asked what is the difference. So the difference is there's the free version, which there's no intention for that to go anywhere. Don't worry, that's not disappearing if you're using the free version. It's on my blog, and that is supported by ads. And so there are lots and lots of ads on the sites, as there are lots of other websites. And that's something that you just have to navigate around. But for putting up with those, you get to view the pattern for free, and you don't need to purchase it. So if you're happy to do that, then happy days, go for it, do that. It's all on the blog. Everything is there that you will need. But there are lots of people that much prefer to buy the ebook, the PDF version, to be able to see the videos ad-free. And they are all there in that VIP course. So I broke it all down. Whereas the ones on YouTube that have got the ads on, they're all sort of clumped together. Whereas I've broken it down section by section in the course, and there are links to each, so it's a lot easier to find everything. And that's kind of what you're paying for the luxury. You're paying for the luxury of having it all in one place, all in a printable ebook with all that extra information. And there are lots and lots of extra videos, because there's been lots of questions in the group about how to block things, or what's the best advice for blocking things, or how to wind, because obviously the yarn that I've used, the Heatherly, comes in hanks as opposed to balls, so this needs winding. And in the course I have done an extra video about how to do that. And you get like a $10 Ravelry gift voucher from me. You get all sorts of other bits and bobs, lots of goodies, lots of bonuses, etc., etc. So I've tried to pack in as much as I possibly can to it. And lots of people that have already got the VIP have messaged saying they're so happy that they have. So I'm really, really pleased that everyone so far seems very pleased with the VIP version. So yeah, so there we go. It's just pop that in the comments as well. So if you're not able to zap the QR code, I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I always say zap it. You don't zap it, do you? You kind of, I don't know, screenshot it or whatever it is. If you can't do that on your screen, then there's a link in the comments, and I hope that's gone to everywhere. But yeah, there's a link on the website as well if you want to go there, and it will show you the difference between the free and the VIP version. But as I say, that will end at the end of this week. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone just having a go. It's been absolutely amazing to see. I'm going to get rid of that now off my face. There we go. It's been amazing to see just how much people have just gone for it, because it's not an easy looking pattern, is it? It looks really complicated. It's not when you break it down, but the amount of people that are almost complete beginners that have had a go at this and that have really achieved it and have done so well. There haven't been many people at all that have got really stuck on it, and even people that have got a bit stuck on it, their support in the community group has been absolutely amazing, which is what I always hope for. And people jump in there before I even get to it to help people. So thank you so much for that as well. And then, oh, look, someone's popped here to say, oh, it's Gail. Hi, Gail. It said, I got the VIP version as I wanted to start a little earlier. Glad I did. I've now finished and it's beautiful. Oh, cloudy in Toronto. Oh. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. And that's the wonderful thing about these crochet alongs, and then being able to offer this upgrade, is that then people can choose to work at their own pace. They can start early, and they know then that you've got all the content there the whole way through. So I'm so pleased about that. And the other thing that I wanted to show you today, because lots of people have been asking me about this, is what does the ebook look like? Because this is a really difficult thing that I find as a designer, to be able to, like, I can tell you, oh, you can get an ebook, oh, it's in a PDF, it's this, it's that, but unless you then, like, I'm always a bit dubious, about spending money. I completely understand. What do you actually get? It's very hard to show you, but I can show you on the screen, I realized. So I can now, hopefully, if it works properly, share my screen. Yay, there we go. And I'm going to be able to, so this is the PDF. This is the ebook. It's made my face ever so bright now. This is the ebook that you get, and it's 24 pages long, and it's as you can hopefully see, it takes some putting together. So I break everything down into the sections of the contents, etc. I try very hard to keep pictures all in one space so that it's very printer friendly if you would like to. So we've got a whole material section. We have a whole page on stitches and glossary, because I don't make the assumption that anyone knows everything. And then I don't want you to have to go anywhere else, basically. I want you to have all the information that you need in the pattern. And then we talk about gauge and swatch instructions, the construction of the blanket, the measurements of your hexagons that they should be, so that you can come back to that. And like all this, most of this information is on the blog, but it's not all together in one place. Now, this information isn't on the blog about how to change the blanket size. So there's a whole page there about that. Then colour planning and the colour palettes that I chose and the yarn kits that I did, and just a little chat about about how to colour those, how to choose those, and then a planning worksheet. I added this in because I know that there were lots of people that wanted to create their own versions, and that's really hard to do just in your mind, isn't it, sometimes? So I've added that in there for anyone that would like it. Reading notes about how to get the most from the pattern, and then a little section to say if you want to become a VIP, what else you also get, and then the written pattern. Now this is obviously each of the sections, all of the motifs in sequence, so motif 1, motif 2, and then this little section here, I don't know if I can highlight, probably not, but you can see where it says motif version colour sequence. That tells you in which order you need to do each of the colours, etc. So motif 3, motif 4, and it seems like a really big extensive pattern, but it's really not when you break it down. Motif 5, and then the panels, they all fitted on one page happily, and then your border section. And then I also added this motif checklist here, because there were loads of people who have actually messaged and said thank you for doing that, because then you can tick off each section as you go and you know what you've needed to do. And then I added a big section here about blocking and finishing, how to complete your blanket. And then I also added in some step-by-step tutorials of things that, like the flat slip stitch seam, that you may not have encountered before, just to help you, you know, the yarn over slip stitch that we do in the border, and then a little section here about me, etc. So yeah, there's just kind of a whistle-stop tour, because again, like, it's so hard to tell you, oh well, it's got this, this, and this in it, but it's like, well, what does that actually look like, Hannah? Well, that's what it looks like. So yeah, so that's the PDF. And yeah, if anyone has any questions about it, it's gone, touch wood, really, really smoothly. There haven't been too many glitches. We've had a few people not able to log in on their Thrivecart once you've created your membership area. If you have any problems, just email me and I can go into the back end of the system. It's normally that there's like a typo in it, or it hasn't sent the email or something, you know, a technically kind of glitch, and they're really easy to solve. So just send me an email, please don't struggle. And my mum is a prime example of this. Hello Mel, if you're watching. So I set up, when I visited my mum last weekend, I set up an account for her on Thrivecart through the sales page and all that kind of stuff. I set her up and made her password, wrote down her password. And then yesterday, sorry mum for for telling on you, but yesterday then mum, I think she tried to get in but couldn't get in, or you know, it didn't work first time. So then I got an email through saying that my mum had then set up a new account, and there was a new password. And then I spoke to my mum today. She was like, I couldn't get in. It wouldn't let me in because I did a new password, but then it wouldn't work. And so basically my mum had made herself two separate accounts, and the passwords didn't work for either of them. They'd all crossed over. So yeah, so it's so easy to get muddled up on any system like this. So if that is the case, please don't worry, please don't struggle. Just send me a message and I will absolutely get you sorted. And the other thing that I wanted to mention today as well is that the offer still stands, that if you choose to do the free version, sign up for the free version and then use the link within the course to buy your yarn. And if you buy over $75 worth of yarn on We Crochet, which is, they've got a summer sale on, so it's very, very easy to do at the moment, I think. If you do spend $75 or more, let me know and I will upgrade you to a VIP for free. that offer still stands, and it will until the end of the crochet along. So just let me know, send me your invoice. I've had lots of people sending me saying this, I bought 2 kits and some hooks and this, that and the rest. So yeah, let me know if you do that, and I will happily upgrade you to the VIP. And on that, We Crochet today, I think until the end of tomorrow, have got this 30% flash sale on hooks. So all of their We Crochet hooks are 30%. So that is, I should have got them all out actually ready to show you. I've got nearly all of them actually. The dots hooks, which I really, really love. I don't know if anyone else has tried these, but these are really nice, and they're relatively new. They've got the little hole at the end for your stitch marker, and they come in sizes, I think, from 2mm to 6. I think that's right, and they come as a set. They're absolutely awesome. And then, I should have got them out, shouldn't I? But I know that I've got, like, they're half in a pack here. Their Tunisian crochet hooks are lovely. Not that, admittedly, I've done a huge amount of Tunisian crochet, but they are really, really lovely with interchangeable sets. They're wood hooks. And you can obviously put your cord on at the end there. They're really, really nice to use. Then they have their wood sets, which are very much like this. I've got the Majestic set and the Caspian set, I think, but obviously just a straight crochet hook without the tail on the end there. But you could also use these as regular crochet hooks. It wouldn't matter at all. There's enough length on these to do that. You can't see it on the back of my jumper here. There we go. There we go. They're really, really beautiful hooks. And then they have their Brights hooks as well. So their Brights hooks are really, really nice too. And I would say really, really good as a beginner set. I don't know if they're here. I'm ferreting around in my drawer making noise, sorry. They're Brights hooks. No, they're not to hand. But I have and they are what they say on the tin, they're bright. They're molded, it's like ergonomic hooks as well, a bit like their dots hooks, but not quite as big or as bouncy as these. So they're an awesome beginner set. So go grab those, and the links that are within the course, within the Thrive cart, you can use those to go and get those hooks. And if then it comes to $75 or more, let me know, and I can upgrade you. So yeah. So nobody's asked any questions. Makes me suspicious. It either means everyone's got lots of problems or no problems whatsoever. But yeah, do let me know what yarn you use. That was the other thing I wanted to know. If anyone has used any other yarn other than the ones that I recommended, because I recommended the Brava Sport, I recommended the Heatherly Sport, and also Wool of the Andes Sport was the other one that I recommended, and that was the sunflower kit, which is absolutely stunning. There are a few sunflower versions popping up in the community group, and so they're so lovely. And the other lovely thing about when everyone bought their yarn, everyone's at the beginning, I could see which by the order number, I didn't know who bought them, but by the order number I could see what kit had sold and which colours. And there were so many sunflower kits sold, and I think they are now sold out. So you might have to, if you want the sunflower kit, you may have to wait for that. But Julia is saying, I use my dot hooks quite a lot, love them. Yes, I do. I've used mine. I've had to give them a good clean recently because I've used them so very much. Caroline's here. Hi, Caroline. I use yarn from my stash and it's all acrylic. Yes. Anyone who hasn't seen Caroline's blanket in progress in the group, please do go and see it. It's absolutely beautiful. The colours that you have chosen, I really, really love. And it really changes, like, it might sound a bit strange, but like the personality of the blanket. The personality of your blanket is entirely different to mine or the wisteria colorway, or it's so lovely to see. And it's so true of, like, because there's a couple of people doing Christmas themed ones as well, and there's someone, Junie is doing one with black as her background. There's someone doing navy as their background. They look entirely different, and even just changing the border slightly massively change the blanket. And I really want everyone to feel brave enough and confident enough to do that. So if there is something that you would like to change but you're not quite sure how to change it, please let us know. Tell us what you're thinking and we can absolutely help you along the way there. Oh, Gail saying I use Premier anti-pilling or anti-piling. Every time I come to that word, I'm like, Premier yarns. Yes. Well, I've not used a lot of Premier yarns, but I've heard lots and lots of good things about them. So yeah. Where do you live, Gail? Is that readily available where you are? I think I can order it online, but I think it would have to be shipped from outside the UK. I've not seen it for sale in the UK. And Denise, you've used Brava Sports and Brava Worsted. Yes, yeah, I think Brava Worsted, it would make a lovely blanket in Brava Worsted. The only thing with the Brava Worsted, I'm not sure what you did, Denise, I can't remember. Did you go up a hook size or two for your Brava Worsted? And just, be happy to know that it would be a bigger blanket. Because I do find that Brava Worsted is much heavier still than heavily worsted. Because it is a definite worsted yarn, but it's quite a thick worsted yarn. And over here in the UK, it would be comparable to some of our Aran weights. So I would say it's comparable to our like paint box Aran yarn over here. So yeah, let us know what you did, Denise. Did you go up hook sizes or not? Because lots of, oh yes, yeah, said went up to 5mm. Yeah, I think it's really important, isn't it, to know, and this is a good thing about the freedom that blankets give you of not having to worry necessarily if they come out to the right in inverted commas size. It doesn't really matter, does it, what size it is? It needs to be the right drape. And lots of people ask, like, what does that mean? Well, that means like how wiggly it is, because you don't want a really thick and a heavy blanket is fine, but you don't want it thick and stiff. And that's what it would be if you stayed with the 4mm crochet hook with a thicker yarn. It would just bunch your stitches up much closer together. I love how when I move, the light goes funny. Sorry about that. It would squish all of your stitches so much closer together, and then they wouldn't just have that freedom and then that drape that you see here. So excellent, perfect idea to go up. And of course, the way that you crochet with a 5mm hook may be entirely different to the way that I would crochet with a 5mm hook as well, because of how we hold our hook, because of how our tension in our yarn. And that's why it's really important when you're making anything fitted to make sure that you work to the gauge rather than worry about what size hook you're using. So yes, so there we go. Denise said try 6mm, but the hexagon was huge. Yeah, and there's that fine balance, isn't there, between going, oh, do you know what, I think that drape, that's going to work better for that, because because otherwise you end up with a massive blanket, and then you'll end up thinking, oh, actually, should I make less hexagons, or shall I this and shall I that? There are lots and lots of decisions to make along the way, but well done for doing it. I've seen it, they look amazing. Someone here saying, got it from Mary Maxim online. Yeah, Mary Maxim do really nice yarns. I'm quite new to Mary Maxim yarns, but I really like their Mellow Spun. Their Mellow Spun DK, I think, is actually probably a really good match weight-wise for the Heatherly Sport, I would say. Yeah, probably just a little thicker. But yeah, it's 100% acrylic, and it's really, really nice. But I know that they've got a huge range of yarns. So yeah, definitely check out Mary Maxim as well. And I think they have a Canadian site and they have a US site, but they do also ship almost worldwide, I think, don't they? So yeah, I love yarn. I could talk about yarn all day. And I went last week for the first time. I went yarn shopping, like in person, not online. And it was really strange. I took my youngest, Oliver, came with me. He was so excited. He had the basket. I went with the intention of purchasing, because I am designing a sweater, a mosaic overlay sweater that I am working on, but I want to be able to offer different yarns from different areas in the world, basically. So I'm always on the hunt. Once I get yarn shipped over from wherever I get it from, I then try and hunt for something that I can get readily available here in the UK. So that was our mission, and we achieved it. We found the yarn that was a really, really good match. And when it launches, you'll see why it was a tricky thing to match, because of colours, basically. I wasn't trying to match colours, but the thing that the yarn does with colour needed to be matched. So yeah, so I had great fun. I loved it. I loved it. I miss going yarn shopping. I do. I do. I do. But yeah, it's so lovely that so many people are here. I can't believe it. It's telling me on all the because I'm on YouTube and also on Facebook in the group and on the page. So it's really lovely that there's so many people here. Thank you so much for your support. And as I say, just come on and join. If you want to join the free version, that's still available. If you want to upgrade to your VIP, then that will be going up in price, as I say, after the end of this week. So there's only a few days left to grab that. And you can still buy the yarn kits. That page is still active. You can still do all the wonderful things, and we will still be in the group. We will still be making. And like I say, there are people just starting last year's crochet along, and I've also seen a lovely trickle of people purchasing and starting to do the bauble collection that I did back in December. So there's no deadlines on any of this. Come in and join whenever you like. You are always very, very welcome. And the plan now for Handan is obviously to complete the crochet along, and I probably won't get a chance to pop in live again because the children have broken up from school now. We have a much later finish at the end of the year than lots of places in the world. But yeah, we have just finished school now, so we're off on adventures for the rest of this week, and so I probably won't get a chance to pop in live, but I will if I possibly can before the end of the week. But yeah, we are off on a little holiday. We're off to France in the middle of August. But I'll be here. I'll be around. Just keep posting and keep telling me what you're up to. And then in September, I have huge plans, lots and lots of plans. I'm taking part in another summit. I'm not hosting this one like I did the garment one, but I'm taking part in a summit in September. And then in October, we've already hinted at it there, Michelle, Brianna and I are co-hosting another massive crochet along, which we're very, very excited about. And then November and December, I will leave you guessing, but I have definitely got plans. So don't worry, there's plenty more crochet to come. And I have lots, on my list to do, I have many garments and blankets and accessories and all sorts of things to get launched and ready from September onwards. I feel like August I might take a little bit of a lull and then hopefully get going again September onwards and keep you supplied with all the patterns that you could possibly need. But yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. And I will see you all again soon. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.